Here's the thing, girls love to complain about how guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, on Cuffed, on Raya, the gym, whatever. Men are not approaching women anymore the way that they used to once upon a time. But then I see these girls when men do approach them, and if they don't think they're cute, these girls are so mean sometimes. And I'm not saying you have to give your number out to every man that approaches you, but if you want men to be more comfortable going up to women, at least be nice, give them the time of day for like 0.7 seconds before letting the conversation die down, and boost the morale, boost the collective, because it's a systemic issue of men not having the confidence to go up to women anymore. But I don't blame them, because when they finally have the courage to, their ego gets stomped, which I'm not above stomping some man egos around here, but like, it's just not always warranted. You can be nice.
I feel like the biggest concern when it comes to these New York City singles events is that they are so overwhelming. And trust me, I know, because I've been to several of them, and I only moved here 8 months ago. So I get it when the girlies are saying that they are overwhelmed, there's so many hot people, or the fact that there's just so many more women at these things than guys all the time.
This comment was just too good not to respond to. I honestly think it is true that men nowadays are uninterested in the dating game. And they're most likely the good ones, which then leaves us ladies having bad experiences, and then we, in hand, want to get off the dating scene. So then we're both left screwed, because all the good ones are out of the dating scene and aren't interested. When is this gonna change, though? Maybe we all need to come back together and make it work?
What happened to yearning? What happened to men that pursue? What happened to men being confident enough to make the first move? I feel like our generation is just so whacked out. Like, we're just all messed up. And I think with the phones, we're just so antisocial, and just everything is just out of sorts, and it's not how it used to be. And I think it's a real shame that, like, the art of dating and, like, yearning and pursuing is just dead. Like, I watch shows like Bridgerton, I'm like, oh my god, we will never have that again. It's just gonna get worse. And it's actually so sad. Especially dating apps have just ruined it all.
Listen, I've been finessed enough times in my life that I've taken these dinners like a loser. I'm going out like a loser, taking you to what? Name a restaurant. I bet you I've been there. Name it. Been there. Name a high expensive one. Been there. With a team. She never called me back. 5 bills. Took her to the Canuck game in the company seats before that. That's a rock, fam. Rock per. Row 4 and dinner. I got no seats. I beat my that night. I'm activated today. Tell me more.
And that right there is a great reason why a lot of men have stepped away from dating. Why they've stepped out of dating. You mean to tell me I can take a woman on a $500 dinner and she don't call me back? She don't call me back. You don't have the common. We sit up here and talk about how terrible men are, and you don't have the common decency to call me back. And then I take you to a Canucks game, expensive seats, dinner, everything, and you really don't even like me like that. Why would I be spending all this money on you?
I'm going to a Rummy Cube event tonight, and I'm going to ask every hot guy in that room, where are they hanging at in LA? We're going to do some research on the grounds tonight. So we got our on the ground boots, and let's go to the proper hotel. Thank you.
So we're on the grounds. I found my first hot man.
Hi everyone.
He's fresh in LA too. He's from New York.
I am. I never know where to go.
Where do you hang out in LA? Where are you Monday to Friday, weekends? Go.
I've only been here for a few months now, so I'm still finding my way around. Brentwood Farmers Market, Bird Street sometimes, the gym.
What gym?
Do some yoga here and there, a little bit of mix of everything.
What yoga studio in LA?
I'm going to join the Equinox in Santa Monica. Okay. Yoga studio depends on the time of day and when I go. I bop around between like Sweat Yoga in Santa Monica, Satori in Brentwood.
Found another hot guy in LA. Cody.
right?
Hello. Cody, yes.
Cody. We're asking all the hot guys where the hot girls are hanging in LA.
Abercrombie. Wild Ones. River, maybe, for dinner, but the Brig, West Side.
Good answers. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony. Where are the hot guys hanging in LA? Where do you go out with your friends?
It's a great question. Probably Venice?
We're in Venice.
I don't know. I'm new to LA. I just moved here.
Another new one. West Side Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have another hot guy in LA and a hot girl. Where are the hot guys hanging in LA? We're asking all the hot guys.
All right, well, I got to give a big shout out to Gallery in West Hollywood. Everyone is back. Gallery's popping, but that's like a nightlife vibe. You know where you got to go hang out is like the coffee shops, like the Dialogue Cafe. Shout out Dialogue Cafe, best breakfast burrito in the world.
Next victim is good because he's a hot married man with hot wife.
The hot guy's hat. Running up and down the beach.
What beach?
Ocean Park.
Wife? Bird Street Club. Women knows.
I am reporting live from San Francisco where all the hot men are. This is where they are.
Listen, I'm from the South, okay? And I just had lunch down the street. I don't even know where I am. And just sitting there, I saw like 20 hot guys walk by me. Okay? I don't know if they're straight. Chances are, they probably are. Some of them, at least. This is where they are. I just saw 3 of them in a group over there. Seriously, I just saw another. Also, just like beautiful people in general. Like the women here, fashion. Just saw another one. I just saw 2 more.
I would never, ever, ever approach a guy in a gym. Or even in real life. Unless it's on social media or I've had a few drinks with me, because Confident Char comes out. People think I'm really confident because I do these videos, but I'm actually the shyest person ever. I just try and survive the anxiety that is crippling my body in any situation of groups of people that I don't know. If I'm with friends and family, then I'm a big ball of energy. I'm actually really annoying. But yeah, if I don't know people, there is no way. I literally go in, my eyes do not come off that floor because I don't want people approaching me because I stutter, I get talk over my words, and then I literally leave the gym and I sit there and I go over and over and over everything I say, and then it just sets my anxiety off. I'm the most awkwardest person ever. But once I get to know people, I'm fine. There's no problem, but there is no way I would ever approach a guy. There's just no way. I would die.
And as you can see, y'all like to say that men don't be getting out. Men are out there. They're out there. You have ample opportunity to meet these men. Now, these men kind of like, I know modern women like to stay out all day and all night. You're probably not going to see him out there all day and all night. He going to have a specific time that he's going to be out there. Right? He might take a day or something to chill and then be back at the house, but they're not going to stand around and hang out like you guys do. They're going to go there, do what they need to do, relax and all that stuff. And then they're going back to the house. Going back to the house. That's, I mean, at some point in time, if the man is there, he see you, you look good. He's, oh man, she look good. I'm gonna go over there and, try to get with her. Oh no, I ain't interested. Okay, well, I'm gonna head on back to the house then. Y'all thinking that these men just gonna wait around, pursue you and chase you? No, I'm gonna hit what I need to hit, all of the goals and everything, and I'm going back in the house.
The message to young men right now, where they are checking out of the dating pool, the message is very consistent. Young men, get your house in order, make yourself valuable, make yourself desirable so you can select the right kind of woman for you. Young men are less obese, they're less depressed, they're more independent, and women still blame young men? Let me tell you, can anyone out there name me one fat pride male model? One who's making millions. Hey, can anyone name me an equivalent to OnlyFans for young men? I've read numbers as high as 25% of young women have an OnlyFans or have considered it. Look, You cannot continue to blame men while women are being told that they are beautiful at any size, that they can have an abortion at any time, that all of their decisions are valid and none are valid for men. To the point now where we've invalidated young men's decisions to not engage. I would argue young men have far fewer prospects when they are looking at good women in their generation than women do. Society says man at fault, woman beautiful at any size, brave no matter what you do, all choices are as valid as the next choice. Men, these are your duties. What can we expect of women? Why are you trying to control me? Okay, then enjoy 60% of women being single and unmarried by the year 2035, I think is the stat that I heard.
Something that no one ever talks about. When men found out all it takes is $150 for one night with the woman of your dreams, it completely changed the game. It completely changed the game and changed the whole dating pool. I know dudes that used to want to be a husband and all these kind of things, and now they don't want to go to the gym no more. They don't want to brush their hair. They don't go to church. They don't go nowhere. They don't want to go out. They don't even want to go on dating apps for looking for women. All they want to do is go to work and wait till they check come and take $150 and go find them the woman of their dreams for that night.
I don't mean to be aggressive, but if a man ever asks me what the fuck I bring to the table, I'm gonna call like the third guy on my fucking list and then just get his ass to be beat. I'm gonna tell him that I was emotionally abused, because that's emotional abuse. Are you really fucking telling me? First of all, I'm using Topology, okay? T13, this shit's good. Oh, it feels so good on my fucking skin. Oh my god. As good as it feels when they fucking send money. Okay? A man's value is not attached to his money, obviously, but I'm not here to fucking perform for you. You're the one fucking auditioning, so your job is to fucking give me what I want, because what you want is to procreate with me at the end of the day. You want my coochie hoochie. You gotta earn my coochie hoochie. Okay? You gotta earn it. And I'm not giving you access. Why would I give you access? What is this? A fucking, I don't know, club? You think you can just pay fucking $20 cover fee and you get in and you can just walk on any floor? Bitch, no. This isn't even a country club. This is a different type of club, okay? This is an exclusive club. You don't get to come in here. Bitch, no. First of all, we don't accept applications, all right? I will say that we do, but we don't accept applications. What we do is we watch. They approach us, okay. What do you want? You can't shop for me, honey. This is a fucking black MX. I need to invite you. You don't even know the fucking perks, okay? I keep them private, because you don't need to know what the fuck it is I can offer. What I want to see is your value, period. What do you bring to the table for me? Okay? For me. How do you serve me? If you don't like it, fuck off. Fuck off. Bye.
These modern women think they're the main event. They think they're the main event, always and forever. You guys, these women, man. I mean, I could see if we were talking about like absolute baddies. Like an absolute baddie. Like, you know you bad. I know you bad. Everybody around you know you bad. You're like, whoa, I mean, man, you ain't that cute. Yeah, why you still staring at me then? What you still over here in my face then? Well, you fine, but you ain't fine. Okay, name somebody else finer than me. I'll wait. I mean, 'cause I know what I look like. I know what my experience been my entire life. I know what kind of doors I'm able to get into. I'm out here catching the eye of billionaires. I'm catching the eye of millionaires. Multiple six-figure men drooling over me. I had to walk up to a man one time, grab a napkin, and wipe his. You're drooling all over your face, man. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I had to walk over to a man another time, pick his jaw up off the floor. That's the kind of ditch I'm used to. I get into doors that most people don't even dream of. Most people don't even know those doors exist. That's the type of fine I am. I mean, I ain't got no experience modeling, no nothing. They still let me in there. They say, just walk. You don't even have to walk like a model. Just throw this on and walk out. I come late, ain't showered, hair ain't brushed. Just throw it on. Just get out there. Just for your face. They're not gonna care. They're gonna say, oh, her hair is all over the place, but I'm buying that. Whatever dress she got on, whatever fashion choice, whatever fashion piece, item she got on, I'm buying it. She looks so good in it, I'm buying it right now. We sold out. I'm a certified, automatic, guaranteed hit. That's what they be acting like. That's what these women be acting like. Not even close. Not even close. If you that bad, then you can talk all the trash to me because I ain't nothing I can say to you. But when you look like this, come on, man. And I ain't even saying that she look that bad. I'm just saying the way y'all talking. Come on, Doc.
63% of men under 30 are single, and more than half of them aren't even trying to date. Why do you think that is? What do you think the root cause of that is?
And I feel like a lot of younger men that are single, that aren't even trying, they don't want to dedicate the time. They want to build their business. They want to make it to the gym. They want to travel. They want to do it. And you know what? Finding a real relationship is work. It's not that they can't get dates. It's that they can't get the right ones.
Millennial and like Gen Z men, like men in our age groups, they're twice as likely as women to say that they're not dating, they're not having sex, they're not even trying to because they feel like nobody would want to. Which is like crazy that they're so self-aware to know that. But like, no. But like in all seriousness, like I think there's a real challenge with young men. And I think it's like, it might not even be about them. Like it might not even be about the woman in their life. It's like the same thing where I'm sure you've had experiences like yourself as well. You're feeling so shit about yourself. Then how are you supposed to like give love to other people? Or when you're thinking like, oh, well, why bother investing in like even buying somebody something nice for a first date because it always goes shit. And I was really shocked when I read that because I was like, maybe there's something like deeper happening. I don't know.
Look, you can't treat future partners based off past experience. That's not fair to the future people. And like we've all had bad relationships. We've all been, fucking sewered in the past. We've all had bad things happen to us in relationships and in love. You cannot carry that forward. I think that's part of the breakup where when you break up after a shitty breakup or a shitty relationship, you need to heal. Because if you bring that trauma forward, you're not doing anybody like anything good. I've done it. I've done that in the past where I've brought in previous relationships into current ones and I've hurt people. And it's like, I'm not saying these people I hurt were fucking innocent by any means, but did they deserve what I did to them? Absolutely not. And I did it to them just because I was carrying previous pain forward.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, after a breakup, take time to heal.
Okay, I posted a video last week about going on a first date, and the amount of comments from men basically saying they didn't even feel like it was worth it anymore to go on first dates because they're scared of feeling creepy, they're scared of SA allegations, they don't really feel like women even like them, or most women just want, 6'3" millionaires, the top 1% of men. They feel like a lot of women just use them for a free meal or dinner or experience. And that genuinely made me so sad that most men would rather just stay inside and not even deal with it because it's not worth it to them anymore. It just made me think us as women, maybe we need to take a step back and be like, okay, what's going on? Because the fact that men would rather stay in than go out on dates with us, it made me so sad.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore or don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first. How my parents met? They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance, and my mom was like, get out of here. She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, They would have never gone married. They would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, what do I have to do to take you out on a date? She was working late their first date. So he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park. Just planned the whole thing. He wrote her poetry. He was yearning. How my aunt and my uncle met. My aunt was a dancer on a cruise ship, and he was the photographer. And he was persistent. She overheard him one night saying to his buddy, he was like, I'm gonna marry that girl. He had just met her. And now they're married, and they have 2 kids together. I don't hear anything like that now. Now we're praising eye contact. Now we're praising if a guy held a door open to us and smiled. That is what we're praising. It feels so backwards. I just wonder when it shifted, because I feel like that is the whole downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone now, because men just don't care anymore.
So this guy that's been trying to take me out finally picked a day, and so I was like, okay, well, what time and where? And he said, well, I don't know, do you like coffee? Now on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being super bitch and 0 being no bitch at all, can I respond never on a first date?
This is the exact attitude that is honestly exhausting for men. My honest advice is to please show this attitude off as soon as possible to the men that you're speaking to, because at least then they will have an honest take of who you are as a person and how it would be to be in a relationship with you. And then at least that man will be free to either just focus on his own peace or find somebody else to focus on.
Men didn't randomly lose interest in dating. They slowly checked out. After enough first dates that feel like interviews, enough maybe plans that never happen, enough times being treated like a backup tab, you stop chasing. You get told men are trash on repeat, while you're the guy paying, planning, and proving. You watch people choose chaos over consistency, disrespect over devotion, attention over actual affection. So you start choosing silence over texting, the gym over begging, peace over proving you're different. Everyone says, where did all the good men go? They didn't vanish. They got tired of auditioning for people who don't even know what they want.
I see a lot of good men struggle with relationships and finding good women. Usually it's because they gave up on dating, because people took them for granted, and now they don't believe it's possible. But I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely possible. You just have to change your mindset about it, and I can help you with that.
My men aren't dating anymore. 1, the goalposts never stop moving. He thinks he's doing a good job. Well, she changed. Her standards are higher. She wants more. It's always so terrible how the appreciation part is always optional, but his effort isn't. 2, men are only valued for what they provide, not as human beings with their own wants and needs out of the relationship. Which makes a man feel like not only is he walking on eggshells, the love he receives is always super conditional. 3, there's too big of a risk that a man will lose everything if things go wrong. A man simply not wanting a marriage or a long-term relationship is him being careful with what he has. 4, accountability is super rare. A woman apologizing? What does that mean? Every bad behavior from her? Oh, it's my trauma. It's my upbringing. Oh, that's just how I am. But as soon as there's something she doesn't like about him, he's got to change it immediately. What? 5, men are tired of being the villain in every situation. He's tired of a woman saying, oh, I need some more, or I want more, but not specifics where he can't reach that goal. Where's the target?
80% of single men aren't dating anymore. Not because they can't, because they're done trying. Most men learned the hard way that effort is no longer rewarded, it's exploited. They watched consistency get labeled as boring, commitment treated as weakness, and boundaries punished with silence. So they adapted. Modern dating taught men one lesson clearly. The more you invest early, the less you're valued. Psychologists call it reward imbalance. When input consistently outweighs outcome, motivation collapses. A 2023 Pew study showed single men are far more likely than women to say dating is exhausting and not worth the effort. Men didn't become lazy. They became strategic. They saw. Attention given freely to men who did nothing. Loyalty mocked as desperation. Rejection framed as self-growth. Standards rise while accountability vanished. So men redirected their energy into work, into solitude, into discipline, into control. Stoic philosophy calls this withdrawal of investment from unstable systems. When a system no longer rewards virtue, the wise man disengages. This isn't bitterness. It's pattern recognition. Men aren't chasing because chasing stopped making sense. They're not lonely, they're selective. They're not afraid of women, they're tired of games. Silence isn't weakness. It's a response to disrespect. And the men who walked away, they didn't lose value. They reclaimed it.
I'm a 34-year-old guy, and honestly, the reason I've basically stopped dating is because the performance pressure is just getting insane. And I don't just mean on dates, I mean in bed too. It feels like from the second I match with someone, I have to prove I'm emotionally intelligent, confident, successful, funny, stable, but also vulnerable. And by the time I actually get to the date, I'm already in my head. Then when it comes to sex, the pressure is even worse. I'm always worried I won't last long enough, or stay hard, or that I just won't be good in the way she expects. It's gotten to the point where I'm so anxious about disappointing someone that I avoid getting close at all.
Turns out that everyone owes you whatever you want, I guess. So I got in shape, and I guess I looked pretty good, and women started treating me really well, and I thought, okay, well, now I can get a girlfriend. Wrong again. Being attractive only gets you short-term sexual relationships. Women are looking for a whole series of other qualities for enduring relationships with men. After I got in shape, I really thought that I was going to be able to use that to get a long-term partner, but it turns out that they just want to have sex with you. All of them. So it wasn't being nice, it wasn't being myself, it wasn't any of this nonsense. I took a guess at this and it got me sex, but then everyone ran away. So now I'm back to here again. And I heard that women like guys who could express themselves emotionally, so I figured out how to do that. And then I started having conversations with women that were like, wow, you're so attractive, and you're so emotionally intelligent and evolved. Someone will appreciate you one day, just not me.
But see, this is interesting because it just shows you the scatterbrainness of a lot of women. The scattered brains that a lot of women have. Because even though they say they want men with emotional intelligence, you want a man who's fit and muscly, or you want a man in shape, you want a man that's nice, you want a man with all of these qualities, and that's still not enough. This is where you hear women, they're telling you exactly what he's saying. He's absolutely correct. This is the confusion that a lot of women have. They don't know how to pick good men. That's just it. They were never taught what a good man was, and they don't know how to vet a good man. They just know it when they feel it. So it's really contingent upon a feeling. If the feeling is right, they go with it, even if it's not the right person. But if it feels good, if it looks good, it makes them feel good, they go with it, even though it's really not a good fit. And then they find out later that this is not a good fit, and then they're hard.
I know I'm not everyone's type. 40, tattooed, a mom. But if I'm yours, say hello.
I will be single in Denver on Valentine's Day, and in my opinion, there's really only one place you should be that night because it's a Saturday night. They're having this event at Club XSO. It's called Lovers and Friends, and it's like an R&B event, and I feel like all the single hotties are gonna be there. First of all, if you're not going out on Valentine's Day this year, then I can't even help you because it's like, you don't want to help yourself, right? It's on a Saturday. All the single people are gonna be out. Like, come on. Even if you're not normally a club person, like, it's time. It's time to get out to the club and meet somebody on fucking Valentine's Day. Let's go. Me and some of my Pink Lux girls are going to go. We're gonna put cute little outfits on. I really love the venue of XSO. It's like one of my favorite venues to go to for like clubs. Plus they're playing R&B. Like, it's just a dream come true. It's gonna be so fun. So all potential bachelors, that's where I'll be at this Saturday.
I'm going to a dating event in downtown Toronto. Pray for me. I've seen horror stories and I've seen it firsthand. Some of the dating events that happen downtown Toronto, it's bad. But this one I was personally invited to by the owner of a bar, and I kind of trust her, although she has seen me at my worst multiple times. So I don't really know why she thought I should be invited, which makes me a little nervous about the kind of men she invited. I kind of trust her taste, but like, there's also the fear that there's going to be men there that I've either hooked up with or dated or like something, and I'm nervous to see what the offerings are. So wish me luck and stay tuned. It can't be that bad, right?
Recently, I had a woman reach out to me pretty upset about some of the videos that I've made that she had just happened to watch. And she said, I need to stop saying that men are walking away or don't want to get married because, well, it's not true. She said I'm being misleading, and she knows that because people still are getting married and still are going out on dates. Well, to be fair, she didn't quite say it that way, but I try and at least keep this channel a little bit family friendly. And to be fair, we did have a terrific back and forth via email, and I realized pretty quickly that she was really struggling to come to grips with the reasons that I was telling her as to why men don't want to get married or be in relationships anymore. Eventually, even she said, "This isn't what I've been hearing from my friends and other women," to which I replied, "Exactly." I said to her, as I've said many times on this channel, one of the biggest issues between men and women today is that women get most of their information about men, not from men, but other women. And most of the time, that information is completely wrong. And as we discussed it further, she eventually had to admit she really had no idea how men felt and wished more men would share so that she and other women could better understand them. To which again, I had to explain to her, we have. Many men, including myself, have shared why they are avoiding women, but the truth is, women refuse to listen. They don't want to hear it because, well, it forces them to face a reality they don't want to admit. And I even said to her, I do it all the time on my channel. I talk about why men are done and walking away, yet women refuse to acknowledge what I or any of the literally thousands of men who comment on my videos have to say. The issue isn't that men aren't talking, it's that women aren't listening. But I decided to take her advice. I'm going to give it another shot. So today I'm going to share with you, and hopefully her and the very few women who will actually watch this video, what my opinion is on why men are done and walking away. And I encourage all the men watching to add their own thoughts in the comments. Maybe, just maybe, one or two ladies will actually listen to them. Though let's be honest, I kind of doubt it. Anyway, this certainly isn't going to be the be-all, end-all list, but I did base it on what I hear from most of my followers or what I see when they comment on my videos. So let's jump into it and go over what I feel are the main reasons men are done and walking away. And first and foremost is, men know they'll lose respect if they get themselves locked into a long-term relationship or marriage. And if there's one thing, ladies, that you need to learn, it's that men value respect over just about anything else. You see, it used to be that a man being married or having a family was something to be proud of, something he would be looked favorably upon for doing by others. But now, well, he's more likely to be viewed as some sort of loser who, let's call it, is kitty whipped.
And that's one of the biggest things. I think this from the channel, Men Need to Be Heard. I think he's on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So go give him a follow. Modern women don't respect men today. They actually, even though the man is doing them good and treating them right, they still feel like they can disrespect the man. And they wonder why men continue to walk away from this type of behavior. It's because you act like he was saying, you didn't hear me when I said, I'm tired of you disrespecting me.
Yuck. That's why I don't pursue nothing, don't need no catering, and don't do none either. That's a man, y'all. This man said he don't do no pursuing. As a man, like, so, y'all, what is going on with today? Like, what is going on with these men today? He said, I'm a man, I'm not doing no pursuing. She better come get me. She better pursue me. Y'all men, a lot of y'all are so wounded in your masculine energy, you don't even understand that that is what you are to do. But a lot of men can't even pursue a woman because they don't have nothing to provide her for. When you get to a place in your life that you have something to offer, then you go and you pursue a woman to give to her. But most men today, they don't have anything to offer besides penis. So unfortunately, they don't go and pursue a woman because they don't have an infrastructure set up. They don't have a place to stay. They don't have vision for a family. They don't have good leadership abilities. They don't have emotional intelligence. So a lot of men don't want to pursue women because they know they don't have what it takes, or either they've been rejected too many times. They had a bad relationship with their mother. Their father might have been absent. No one really guided them. See, the thing that I've noticed is that women adjust a little bit faster to the absence versus a man adjusting to an absence. When I say absence, I mean the absence of leadership for their gender. Women tend to quickly find a way to adjust when they realize that they're void in something, when they realize that something is wrong. They go and they adjust. I find like for men, because just developmentally they develop later than we do, and this is not a shot at men, y'all know I love men, but men who don't have good, strong masculine presence, it's very detrimental because they don't know what they're doing. Anyone who don't have the presence to show them what they're doing, they don't know what they're doing. But most men won't go and seek out help. Like they won't go and seek out therapy if they know they need it. They won't go and seek out a mentor if they know they didn't have a dad. They won't go and seek out a counselor if they know they didn't have any strong masculine presence. They'd rather just wing it, saying they're doing their best, and drag a woman and some kids along with them. I think that the dynamic in which we're seeing right now is evidence of no clear leadership in the community. When you have a man saying that he's not going to pursue because he doesn't want to cater, or because he doesn't want to be catered, so you just want a nothing ass relationship. Like you just want what? Like what is it that you want at that point? You know, so I mean, I'm glad that you're not pursuing, because you probably should stay single, because any woman that you end up with, she's going to have to become more masculine in order to feel any bit of passion, any bit of emotional excitement, because your nervous system is not even comfortable allowing you to operate as a grown man when it comes to the essence of a woman. I mean, to each his own, but I just want to tell all the ladies, like, if this man is not pursuing you, run, because something is off in his DNA, in his energetic field. Something is not clicking. That is not the way we were made evolutionarily. That's not the way we were designed. So a man that has no get up and go about getting into a healthy relationship probably doesn't have any get up and go in the rest of his life. Like he's probably very stagnant, very at the same place, very comfortable. Just avoid him. Just avoid him.
And we have a generation of women continue to try to tell men how to be men, and they really don't understand how to be a man. They really don't understand what being a man is about, the world that a man lives in, the environment. And even when they do kind of get a glimpse, they still don't respect it. And they say their life is harder. So you continue to keep keep this tone that you're more superior than a man. And then you wonder why he's saying, that's why I don't pursue anything anymore. I don't need somebody to continue to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I correct it. And then they roll out another list of things that I continue to do wrong, when that's an absolute lie.
Why, when a woman holds one of these singles events, men do not want to come to these things? If you want to know what a man thinks, ask a man. Why don't y'all come to these things?
Men don't like parties like that because, in general, men really don't like parties thrown by people they don't know. And imagine being a man and you get an invite to go to a party where you're supposed to meet women that you don't know, so they can look you up and down, and so they can try to decide whether they like you or not. And you're supposed to stay there for 2 or 3 hours. That's not a happy, friendly place for a man. That's not something that most men are going to be excited about doing.
Well, a lot of these events, curated events, are held by women who make a certain amount of money, upwardly mobile. They're firmly ensconced in their careers, and they're looking for a partner or someone who's husband material. So they basically find a nice venue, make sure there's good food, and make the invitations and tell people to register and think the men are going to come. And on the surface, that looks like a nice little setup.
Nah. Think about it like this. Think about, and this is to everybody, think about the men in your life, or if you're a guy, think about the parties you do go to. Usually a man is happy at a party where he's got a bunch of friends that he already knows, or especially male friends who might bring a nice lady with them. He likes a party like that. Or a party that's like his birthday party, again, where he brings his friends, where he knows he's going to have a good time, and where he knows he can dip out if he wants to dip out. Some people don't like parties anyway. A lot of women don't understand that guys don't like everything girls like. Women like dressing up, they like parties, they like shiny things, they like music and fun and dancing. Yay. That's girls, that's normal girl stuff. Guys don't necessarily like that. So if you throw a big event where you say a bunch of men are going to come and they'll meet all of my lady friends, don't be surprised if hardly any men come or no men come, because that's not what men like. If you want to understand a man, get to know men, and then you'll know what they like and what kind of event that they're going to come to.
So what's the solution instead of your big, singles get together?
Okay, so instead of your big fancy singles get together, where a guy has to pay money to meet women he doesn't know and still get rejected anyway. Men use logic and they go, I don't think so. No, I'm not doing it. Okay, so instead of doing that, if you want to meet men, go to men you trust and say, hey, let's have an event where you bring a guy that you like, that you think might like me, or a guy you like that you think might like my friend Susan. You have to curate it carefully so that it's a place that men are comfortable, that they're relaxed, where there's somebody there that they know, where they know that even if they don't meet a nice chick, they're still going to have a good time. And they can be friendly, have some good food, and then leave when they get ready. Men want to feel safe. A lot of people don't understand. There are times when men don't feel safe either. And a fancy curated event thrown by anonymous women that they don't know to a man does not necessarily feel like a safe space. Men need a safe space too. And they need a place where they can come in and then dip out if they don't want to be there. So think about what a man's needs might be, how he might feel, and plan an event around that. Also, if you as an individual woman want to meet a nice man, be nice yourself and ask somebody really cool if they know a guy that would be right for you. I've seen it work many times, and it does work.
And some of the same people that you disregard day to day are nice men that might be the person for you.
Yeah, meet a nice man and be nice to him. That's a surefire way to meet him.
And there you have it.
And I keep saying this, and I'm glad that he said men want to feel safe. Many times, modern women don't consider a man's safety at all. It's all catered to the women. It's all about what a woman wants to do. They're not worried nothing about how a man feels in the event, just standing around. Well, we made it for the women. Just find a woman to talk to and get busy, bud. Well, what if there's no women for me to talk to? What if all the women reject me? Then what am I supposed to do? I just paid $75. I don't want to just walk out. I mean, $75 to get rejected in the span of 5 minutes? No, absolutely not.
Modern feminism has made women objectify men. It seems in this day and age that men are just extra. They're just an accessory, and you can just pick and choose whatever type of man you want. And they need to be perfect because, I want high quality accessories. So I want my man to be perfect. I don't need a man. I got my money. I got my house. So a man is extra. Why do I need a man? What does a man bring extra in my life? Sadly, this is how a lot of women think about men in this day and age. If you're not strong, if you're not rich, if you're not 6 feet tall, sorry, you're out. And now it seems like the script's been flipped. Men are now being objectified, and we now need to address the objectification from men. In this video, I want to talk about why objectification of any of the sexes is not right. We're talking about human beings here. We're talking about people with feelings and emotions. A man or a woman should not be objectified. So if you're dating to look for the perfect man or the perfect woman, and they need to hit certain superficial standards, then you really need to look at yourself because you are in the dating market for the wrong reasons. So there's a couple of issues that I want to address that have caused this problem in the first place. One, women are too selective and their standards are too high. Their standards are wonky, let's put it that way. As I mentioned in the start of the video, many women have their own finances in check. They got their own work, they got their own house, they got everything going for them. So honestly, why do they need a man? The man doesn't need to provide anymore. The man doesn't need to secure a home for them anymore. They can all do that themselves, thanks to modern day feminism, which is fantastic. The liberation of women is something that we should promote and celebrate. However, this comes with women now having men as extra and having exorbitantly, insanely long checklists of what men need to have and need to check off of the list that are completely unreasonable. And many women take these checklists to dates. And I am talking about women turning down men because he was wearing
an odd pair of socks. Or the man had a Velcro wallet. What are we talking about here? Are we not dating for connection to look for a partner who's a good partner? I mean, even I do it sometimes that I wake up late, I'm confused, I don't even know what year it is, and I pick odd socks. Does that make me a bad person? I don't think it does. It just makes me maybe a bit scatterbrained sometimes, and everyone has that sometimes. We're not perfect, and these are not qualifications or standards that you can reject a person for. If you reject a person for that reason, then you need to look at your values. And the result of this is that men feel that they need to be perfect in everything. They need to check a whole bunch of boxes to even make it to the first date. And if they don't, and if they're lucky to make it to that first date, and they wear that pair of odd socks, they're done. No second date. They feel failed like a man because another woman turned them down. But please realize, men and women, that many women turn down men on superficial, stupid reasons. And I want to make that very clear for you women. If you're looking for a good partner, a healthy partner who you can build a loving relationship with, it does not matter if he's wearing odd socks. This does not define a person. It doesn't define you as a person if your hair looks like crap. Does it? It doesn't. Yeah, you look a bit messed up, but it doesn't define who you are as a person. And if you think this is what defines a partner, or the socks that he wears, or if he has a Velcro wallet, you need to get off the dating market right now. The second problem is that many women are dating with superficial criteria. What I mean by that is they look at a man's height. They look, again, if the man has a Velcro wallet. They look at things that a man cannot control or change. A man cannot just grow a couple of inches to fit your criteria. It's the same if a man would turn you down because your boobs are too small. That is really rude. If he does that, oh my God, the world's on fire. He's toxic. But you do turn him down because he's too short. And women have more of these criteria like financial status, social status. And often this dominates the dating preferences of women. Let's go back on financial status. So you are earning pretty good for yourself, probably as a woman in the West, and you expect a man to out-earn you by a lot. That narrows your dating pool a lot. And there's a lot of good guys who may earn less than you, who are fantastic husbands, who are fantastic partners, and you're ruling all of them out because you want a man to earn more than you, or you want a man to be a certain height, or you want a man to not wear odd socks.
And the things that she's been saying, this is a great reason why men are checking out. An exhaustive, like a dictionary of things that men have to do to qualify for your attention, for your affection, for your love. And when you look at these types of women, they're not even all that. They're not even great people. Like, it's like saying, hey, in order to get into this car is going to be $100,000, right? And we need at least $50,000 down to get into this car. And the buyer is like, well, I mean, this car has 300,000 miles on it. The paint is chipped. It's got dents in it. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what's so great about this car. Well, the car has soul. The car has a story. The car has, you can tell that there's been somebody that's been through some things in this car. That's what you're inheriting. That's what you're buying, is the experience of the car. This car, think of all the kids that threw up in this car. The seats that have been drawn on, the fights that have been had in this car, and the couple that signed the divorce papers and then rode to the courthouse and cussed each other out on the way there. The whole experience. This is what you should want. So you're not buying the car. The car is going to break down on you. But the experience is what you should love about it. The story is what you should love about the car. You get laughed right out of your own dealership for saying this type of stuff because it sounds stupid. But yet and still, this is the thing that modern women continue to try to sell to us. It's crazy work.